I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our Mastermind networking group. I'll see you there.
Hello, you can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do, and you can be who you want to be in the world. But sometimes we just don't feel like it. Okay, so today I'm giving you the 10 quick secrets that you can use in order to move forward when you don't really feel like moving forward, guys. Sometimes we have those days. So Tony Robbins calls it changing your physiology. And Mel Robbins calls it, doing something to shift the way that you feel. And I'm calling it taking a walk. Okay, guys, I'm saying move. The number one secret that I'm giving you today to changing your physiology or getting your head right when you really don't feel like it is to get up and take a walk. Secret number one, it works every time I do it. Okay, so I'm the author of the book, 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear, Getting Unstuck, and Living Your Best Life. It is a best-selling book, a number one best-selling book internationally. And so we're so excited. But one of these secrets that we're taking is walking, and it's in the book. Okay, so some of these secrets you've heard before because you've read the book, hopefully, and then for those of you who've not read the book, you're hearing them now for the first time. Okay, so take a walk is secret number one. Does it have to be 5 miles, 6 miles? No, just literally getting up and moving. For some of you, it may be moving from the house to the corner, okay? And for others of you, it will be 5 miles. But the idea is that you're going to change your thought process. You're going to change your environment. You're going to change what you can see, and you're just going to get physical. So you're going to take a walk. That's secret number one. Secret number two is, did she say watch TV? Guys, some of us are so wound up in our businesses and in our jobs and in the activities that we have to do because we are winners. Okay, so all the people who are going to watch my types of videos on visualization and winning at the game of life, and chances are you're somebody who has accomplished great things. And so you're an accomplisher. And I'm saying, take a break. Go watch something that you enjoy. Go and do something that you enjoy. And then come back to the work or the assignment or the thing that you really need to endeavor to do that you haven't been making progress with in the past. Okay. So these secrets that I'm giving you today, they cost something. Okay. So I had to go through and live life and experience life in order to find these tools that work. But literally sometimes just go watch something that you enjoy. Go play a video game. Do something that you like, that brings you energy and enthusiasm and illuminates you. And then come back to the thing that you're really not too keen on doing, that is something that you feel like you're responsible for. And this next secret, drinking a glass of water. Guys, do you know that 9 times out of 10, the reason why you feel like you have little energy or that you're dragging or you're pulling down is just because you're dehydrated and you need to have a little bit of water. Okay, water will lubricate and illuminate and give you energy. Do you notice that athletes are always walking around with their bottle of water or their fluids? It's because those fluids literally give you energy. They literally give us lift. And so sometimes we need a little bit of a lift, which is why we feel stuck and which is why we feel like we're heavy and not moving forward. Drink a glass of water. I have a friend who often has headaches from time to time. And I've said, drink a glass of water, and you'd be surprised at how it has helped her. Okay, next secret. Visualize yourself doing the thing that you don't really feel like doing. Guys, just in terms of getting up out of bed, have you ever had the alarm go off and you just don't feel like getting up, but the alarm went off and you know you should? You have all these shoulds that we need to handle. Well, did you know that if you actually lay there, but you visualize yourself getting up and getting that fresh cup of coffee and visualize yourself putting on your clothes and you have that energy and momentum from the visualization, that it literally will help you to get up and move? Yes, visualization is key in terms of helping us move forward. So sometimes, I give you a story. I had to do a paper and I didn't really want to do the paper document that needed to get done. And I had to visualize myself doing it and accomplishing it, taking a minute, taking a breath, relaxing. Okay, guys, because we're so wound up, we're so tight about this thing that we have to do that we don't want to do. Or maybe it's a person that you really don't want to see and you see that person regularly on your job and you have to interact with them, but you're really not too keen on interacting with them. And so even before you enter the room, you're anxious and stressed because you're going to see that person, you know what's going to happen, and you know you guys are going to have angst between each other. Keep in mind, the same way you're visualizing all of these bad things that are happening as a result of this meeting or this encounter, or you're visualizing how much you hate doing this thing that you have to do, all of that is you implementing the visualization process. So all we need to do is backtrack and visualize us doing this thing that we don't particularly want to do and visualize ourselves being victorious at it. Okay. And then we're that much more easily able to get up and move forward. Okay, guys, because we've all had those days. So right now, I am in New York City instead of sunny California, right? Do I want to be in New York City right now? Well, not necessarily, right? But my daughter had surgery, okay, on a basketball injury, and so I have to be here to support her. So what do I have to do? Visualize everything working out, visualize us moving forward and her knee healing and everything going in the direction that we want it to go in. So visualization can help you to move forward and do things that you don't necessarily find joy in. Okay. But if you visualize it and see the joy in the situation, sometimes that helps you to be able to move forward as if the joy is already there. Okay, do something else and then come back to it. This is key. So, like I said, many of you are successful people or you've been successful in the past. And so you're accustomed to this concept of pushing and just getting through it. I got to get this done, bombard. Let me, talk to myself and make it happen. And like I said, sometimes it's visualization. Sometimes it's taking a walk. Sometimes you really do need to push because you only have a set amount of time in which to accomplish the task. But at other times, it's more advantageous for us to table it. Okay. Do something else and come back to it and look at it with fresh eyes and a fresh concept. So I'll give you another story. I had a legal document that I had to accomplish. And I didn't want to do the document. I wanted my attorney to do it, but this was something I had to do. And so I looked at the document and I didn't even read it. I thought I read it, but apparently I didn't even read it. I just made up in my mind, I'm not an attorney. I didn't want to do it. It was too hard for me. And I walked away. And I had a deadline by which to do it. And I called up a friend, my coach, and I said, I have this document to complete. I don't feel like doing it. I don't know how to do it. That was the thing too. I kept saying, I don't know how to do it. Is there something that you are saying you don't know how to do, but you really do know how to do? You just state that you don't know how to do it because you don't really want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to suggest to you exactly what worked for me. My coach said to me, take a breath, go to the computer, sit down, close your eyes, ask for wisdom, and start. So I went away from the computer. I didn't do it. I didn't focus on it. I did something else. Then I came back. I sat there with new eyes. I looked at the document, and all of a sudden, the document was so clear to me. It was almost like I had a new set of eyes, or the screen that had been before my eyes was now removed, because the document seemed so easy for me to accomplish. I didn't even have to write the content. I just had to check off some boxes in order to complete this legal document. And so I checked off the boxes, and then I had to put the document in the mail, and it was gone. But had I not had that coaching session, that little bit of time where she said, get up and leave it, stop focusing on it, stop crying over it, stop being so anxious about it, go do something else and come back to it, then I may not have seen it with new eyes. So I'm suggesting that to you. If there's something right now that you have to take care of that you don't really feel like taking care of it, I'm giving you permission. Get up and leave it. Be frivolous. Go do something else. But the secret is to come back to it with new and invigorated eyes so that you can actually accomplish what you didn't think you could accomplish before. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, I'm going to give you 5 more secrets so that you can win at the game of life and be able to accomplish the things that you really feel like you're not really that keen on accomplishing, but you know you need to.
I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And I'm here to tell you 2 reasons why you should join our Speakers Bureau training and how to become a world-class speaker. 1, revenue generation. People who know how to communicate well earn more dollars and cents. And 2, if you have a day job, you're not a speaker, teacher, author, trainer, you're going to gain promotion on your job if you're better able to communicate with confidence in those board meetings. Now, you say, why should I join your group, Arlene? There are so many programs out there. Well, I'm guaranteeing you an interview on television or radio if you complete our 10 sessions of our Speakers Bureau training. So I have a plethora of friends that do the same types of things that I do, and so we're guaranteeing you an interview on either television or radio. And you say, well, why else, Arlene? Why else should I join? Well, if you join our Speakers Bureau, after having taken the 10-session training, I am going to help you, along with our team, to launch that speaking career that you always envisioned so that you can use your message to change the world. So there's so many programs out there and they tell you how to be a speaker, but I'm going to actually help you to get booked on paid speaking engagements, on television and on radio, if you complete all 10 sessions and you join our Speakers Bureau. I hope to see you there and see you using your dream, your vision, and your talent to change the world. Bye-bye. See you there. I'm Arlene McLaren. I'm a life coach and a business consultant. I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So I'm reminding you, you can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. And you can be who you want to be in the world. Today, I'm in a beautiful scenery in Napa County with the beautiful water and the beautiful mountains. And what I'm saying to you is you can live your best life. So I have a 5-day, 3-step program for you, free of cost, to help you to live your best life. Please click the link below and start your 5-day course. That's my gift to you so that you can begin to live your best life. Those dreams that you always had, those goals that you've always had, those things that you've held in your heart and in your mind that you just haven't yet manifested. We'll take this 5-day program and let's begin getting you on that journey. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you there.
Hi, welcome back. Okay, so secret number 6, lock and load. What do you mean lock and load, Arlene? Well, for those of you who found the other secrets to be too easy and to be too simple, Well, I have another one for you, lock and load. So there are some people who really can't just take time off and just leave because this item that needs to be accomplished right away. Okay, so how are we going to accomplish it? Another tool or technique is lock and load, which means you're going to push and you're going to do it right now. So how do we do that if we don't really feel like doing it? Well, this is the secret, guys. You incorporate this thing, this task that you don't want to do with something that you do enjoy doing. And that way you'll be more easily able to handle that new task. So what do I mean? What do I mean? Okay, I'll give you an example. So I had to complete an assignment. Okay, I was doing an additional master's program. I have a master's degree. I have a couple of master's degrees, but for some reason, I decided I was going to do teaching and I was going to do a third master's degree. And of course, I didn't really feel like doing it half the time, but I loved these things called Harbo Peaches. So as I was sitting at the computer and I had to type because I had the deadline, I would indulge in the Harbo Peaches, which made the time that I had to use for this particular task more enjoyable. Now, some people say, oh, mortified. How could you eat candy? How could you do something so healthless? Because it's not very helpful to eat candy. But what I'm suggesting to you is lock and load. Do what needs to be done in order to accomplish the task that needs to be accomplished at hand. So did I eat the Harbo Peaches and enjoy them while I was typing and doing the essays or whatever the documents were? Yes. Am I suggesting to you that you should? Yes, because there's a lady who has been very successful as a speaker. I don't know if any of you have heard of her. Her name is Lisa Nichols, and she was overweight when she did The Secret. The Secret was one of the most successful personal development movies that I've ever seen. Okay, so Jack Canfield was in it. Many of these great motivational speakers have been in it. And she was overweight. And she said she could have waited until she got her physical fitness in order to begin doing her business, or she could have done it while she was overweight. So my suggestion to you is, yes, there may be something that you're doing that may not be the best, but if it's enjoyable and it's helping you to fulfill the goal, which is the big picture thing, eat the piece of candy, take care of the item that needs to be taken care of, and then later on, stop eating candy. Okay, go on a diet, go on a health fast, go on a 30-day or 21-day Daniel fast, whatever you need to do later on to self-correct. But for the interim where you feel like you have to accomplish this goal, eat the piece of candy, eat the piece of chocolate, do the thing that you enjoy, so that you can accomplish the goal. Give yourself a break. Because remember that some of these goals and tools that we have to accomplish are big. And we're looking at, remember, we've already established from week 1 where we talked about clarity that these goals that we've set are big goals. Okay. And they're goals that entail our legacy. So what we're going to leave to the earth. So these things that we're working on are things that need to be done. And there's another lady who, Stacy, I can't remember her last name. She talks about the shoulds. And we all have these shoulds, things that we should do, but we don't necessarily want to do. And some of them are shoulds that we've assigned ourselves to, but they're really not in line with our goals or our purpose or our vision. So I'm assuming that, and you know what happens when you assume, but I'm going to suggest that if what you're doing is not something that is required for your goal or your plan, and it's something that you don't want to do, well, maybe you shouldn't do it. But if it is, lock and load, do what needs to be done in order for you to accomplish that goal or task. Okay. So lock and load and push. That's my secret number 6 for you. Do what needs to be done in order to accomplish the task. Okay. Secret number 7. Your mind is limitless. There is a reason why you don't want to do whatever it is that you want to do. So you say verbally you want to accomplish it, but you're not doing it. Okay. And there's a hindrance. So I am explaining to you, when I was doing the 3rd master's program where I was doing teaching, I didn't really want to do it. It really wasn't in line with anything I needed to do. It's just something I wanted to do at the time. And I thought, well, this would be a good idea. But sometimes it's a good idea, but it's not necessarily a God idea or an idea that is truly going to enhance you or something that you need to do. And so that's why you don't want to do it. So instead of beating up on yourself and fighting to do something that you don't really want to do, wouldn't it make sense to just check your mind and see what it is that you really should be doing? The mind is limitless, okay? And if you work with it, it will work with you. So like I said, sometimes you need to just go take a break, but sometimes you need to really look inside and say, why don't I want to accomplish this task? Because my mind is limitless. And so if my mind is telling me that I don't need to do this or I shouldn't do this, the question is why? If you're watching this video because there's something that you need to do that you don't really feel like doing, but you really feel like you should do it, but you don't want to do it, I mean, that concept in itself should tell you that something there doesn't make sense, which leads me to the next one, secret number 8, which is gratitude. Okay, so how do we make ourselves do things that we don't want to do? Gratitude. Sometimes we need to sit back and think about the things that make us happy, the things that bring us joy. What happened in the past? How did you overcome this hurdle in the past? Okay, and as you think about these good things that brought you joy in the past, you're more able to connect and say, well, the same way I was able to accomplish that and I felt better afterwards, I'll be able to accomplish this. And let me approach this with that same positive mindset. So you have shifted your mindset simply by putting yourself in a peak state. That peak state is that state of gratitude for all those good things that have come to you when you've gone through these situations in the past. So in the past, you've been up against the wall and you've had things to do that you didn't want to accomplish, but you accomplished them. You pushed through, or you took a break and you came back to it. Just remember, okay, and focus on the gratitude that you have now for all the things that you have accomplished. So I may be in New York City now, but I remember California. I'm wearing my West Coast sweatshirt. I don't know if you can see it, which I love and enjoy wearing, and it brings me joy. Okay, so I think about all the things that bring me joy, and I put myself in a peak state. And from that peak state, I'm able to move forward. And I've already tricked my brain now. I've talked, did you notice? I started talking faster and louder, and I got more jovial and more happy because I started thinking about gratitude and the things that I'm grateful for. Okay. And when you're in that peak state, it's so much easier to move forward. It's so much easier to accomplish the goals and visions and tasks and dreams that we have to accomplish, even those things that initially we didn't want to do. All right. Gratitude. If you don't have a gratitude journal, get a gratitude journal. Or if you already have a journal, I was on a call with a gentleman, I was coaching him, and his thing, believe it or not, was about his journal. He was so confused about his journal, whether he was to use his journal for gratitude or whether he should use his journal as a daily outline of everything that's happening in the day, or whether he was to use his journal for his goals. And listen, if you get a book, and you just turn to the back, use the back portion as your gratitude journal if you're already using the other portion of the book for something else. Okay? So from the back forward, gratitude. All right? Now, consciousness. What are we feeling? So this goes back to secret number 7 that we were talking about, where I said that you need to focus on where you are now and ask yourself the question, why don't you want to complete this task? Chances are 9 times out of 10, there is a reason why you don't want to complete the task, okay? If you can come to grips with that reason and get over that hump or make peace with it, then you may be more inclined to want to do the task. So like I said, I shared with you my situation with my doing another degree. Oh, my doctoral degree. I had been working on a doctoral degree in higher education administration because I worked as a college administrator. And at the time, I thought I wanted to be a college administrator. I wanted to move up in my field. So it made sense to get a doctorate in higher education administration. But then I got another job and I was doing something else. And so I didn't have the energy and the impetus to want to continue in that program. Now, should I still continue in another doctoral program? Well, yeah, maybe, but was that one still appropriate for me? Well, maybe not, which is why it was so hard for me to move forward and take the classes and do what I needed to do. So consciousness. Ask yourself consciously, why is it that you don't want to complete this task? Because if you don't want to complete the task, chances are there's a reason. Now, is it something like just paying your bills? Like you have to pay your bills, but you don't really feel like it because maybe you don't have a lot of money and you feel like paying your bills is perhaps taking away the funds that you do have as opposed to paying your bills with joy? Well, maybe that consciousness and that feeling that you need to shift to is a feeling that says, I love paying bills. I love taking care of the roads and the streets because my money I know goes to accomplishing the things that the country needs. I am investing in the greater good of this whole country by my paying my bills, right? And paying my taxes and being a good citizen. When I pay my bills, I help the system to roll on in a better way. So by my saying these things, I'm changing the way that I feel about paying those bills. If I can shift the way that I feel about this task, I'll be that much more inclined to do it. All right. So you need to ask yourself, what is it that I don't want to do? Why don't I want to do it? What do I need to tell myself consciously so that I can feel, if not full and total joy, at least feel a sense of accomplishment in doing this task that will make me move forward in it? Okay, and then, of course, always, I tell you, my coach helped me to overcome my fears, get unstuck, and live my best life through our coaching sessions. And so I show you the book all the time, sorry, which is right there. My team is going to show it to you. And I share with you that in this book are the 10 secrets that I have used to move forward in my life, from the death of my mom, from being fired from my job, from not being able to move forward when I needed to move forward. And these are the tools and tips that I put together that helped me in the journey. And I'm sharing them with you so that they can help you with your journey as well. And as I love to say, you know, I didn't read about these. I didn't hear about these. These are things that helped me to move forward from a practical perspective. And I would love to play a video for you of a testimonial of one of my clients who was sharing how it has helped her to move forward in her life as well. But my team told me that I couldn't play it today. So hopefully we'll be able to play that video for you another day. Thank you to Rahman. Thank you to Abale. Thank you to Gary. And thank you to you, the listeners, because without you, we don't have a show. Please go to www.askarleneshow.com, log on, take our free 3-step 5-day coaching program. I also invite you to please, if you like this video, tell me that you like the video, okay? Type it in and tell us so that we'll have more of these, or tell us what are some of the videos that you would prefer to see us do. Give us feedback. And if you do like it, share it with somebody else who you know is having a challenge that needs these 10 secrets in order for them to move forward in their life as well. So like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for spending these 29 minutes with us. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time.
You could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always be good.